everyone. My name is Angie Thompson. I work for Enviro Issues, and I'm working with the T3 team to support stakeholder engagement. Enviro Issues does outreach and engagement on a wide range of infrastructure and environmental projects across public agencies. So this is a little bit of a shift from work that I do every day, but it is definitely in our wheelhouse here. All right, so what I want to talk a little bit about is first just around general stakeholder collaboration. So a lot of the work that I do centers around collaboration, and what that means for all projects is really bringing interested stakeholders to the table to provide input on projects that affect them. So we really want to create a space so that there can be a two-way dialogue where we can provide information about a project and stakeholders can share their perspectives, their comments, their concerns. Really it's an opportunity to broaden who is engaged in projects and who gets to participate in that dialogue. This is really how we build connections, which let people then feel comfortable sharing their perspectives and really be part of the conversation. So, and then as we move through the work, we also need to circle back with folks and let them know how their input has shaped a project or a study. So this, it sort of closes that loop. I wanted to share just kind of a general best practice for stakeholder collaboration. So we had that as a framework. I'm going to give you an example of how this works. Another project that I'm working on, I work with several tribes and cities in Pierce County as they're looking at a large-scale restoration of a stretch of the White River in the city of Sumner. So we have a stakeholder group that we brought together, representatives from each tribe, from the city and the county. They get together and they've each shared what's important to them and what they need to see as part of the river restoration. And over time, we've collaborated to review designs for the restoration, to think about and pursue opportunities for funding, and then share data from monitoring work that's been conducted. So that regular meeting is that building of the relationship. We share progress on what we're doing. We make adjustments based on conversations in the group. And that stakeholder collaboration experience is part of what I'm talking about here in terms of best practices. So just kind of to give you a flavor of it. In the T3 study, we're taking that stakeholder collaboration and applying it specifically to the research realm, which is a little bit, an innovative way to do that. So we're calling this learning-based collaboration, and that includes engaging stakeholders in research decisions and key elements of the study. So this really means, like I said before, we're broadening the circle of people who are engaging in this research design process and looking to hear from people who maybe wouldn't normally engage on that topic. We want to be clear about how and when stakeholders can provide input. For example, we're not able to move the study to the forest on the other side of the country, but we are able to hear comments and make adjustments on aspects of the study prescriptions. So the goals here are really to dig into what's important to people, what are the values and perspectives that stakeholders bring to the conversation, because that helps us understand how we can better achieve the overall goals of the study and keep stakeholder needs and perspectives in mind as well. There are several levels of stakeholder collaboration, and specifically for the T3 study, I just want to call out a couple of these. The way we think about this is there's this broader, the outermost circle here is people who are basically receiving information about the project. And as you move more into the center of this image, people have greater and greater participation in the work. So for this project, let me just click, there we go. That informing, that outer layer of the circle would be people who are hearing about the project, maybe through email updates, maybe they're reading media coverage of the study. As we move inward, more engaging, these are folks who are engaged in the project, maybe reviewing documents, providing comments in the study design. they're spending more time and energy in contributing to the work. And then as we go even further into the center of that circle, that collaborating, that learning-based collaboration, these folks are providing input on the study, on the plans, on the prescription. They're part of the discussion. They're helping to think about designs for monitoring. They're thinking about potentially helping collect data and discussing the results of the study. And they also can be part of conversations about management adjustments. Noting that DNR is the decision maker in that, there's opportunity though for conversations. So that's what that learning-based collaboration looks like as you go into that circle. There's just more opportunity for a deeper engagement and collaboration. When we're thinking about stakeholders, the stakeholders that we're thinking about here are a range of perspectives, and some beyond those you might traditionally think would provide input on study design. So some might be people who are in the thick of it, and others who maybe have just up to now been aware and interested in the work, like a local resident. So each of these stakeholders can be anywhere in those concentric circles of engagement, depending on what works best for them, and then what matches their level of interest. So you could map stakeholders against the circles of engagement, and I think you would find groups all over that. And we're happy to engage with people at whatever level is the right level for them. So that was a little bit about kind of the theory and the who. And so here's a little bit about what's next. And so this afternoon, both Teddy and Bernard have referenced, we're going to kind of kick off this discussion and additional collaboration. So we have 2 hour-long discussions to share more about the prescriptions and start to answer questions and hear from you all about what concerns you have, what thoughts you have, suggestions, how you might want to be a part of that. Beyond this afternoon, coming in mid-May, and you'll see an invitation for this soon, we'll be hosting a series of Zoom meetings to really spend more time hearing from you. We only have an hour this afternoon. There's not as much time for dialogue, but we really want to make space for that dialogue. So that'll be coming in May. And then beyond that, opportunities for field tours, for in-field data collection, virtual meetings, and then some one-on-one interviews will be coming as part of some parallel work that's going on. So these are all opportunities for additional collaboration, and we're looking forward to that as we move forward. So in that vein, my last slide here is to let us know if you want to be involved. You can send an email to t3team@uw.edu to be able to say, hey, I'm interested, and you can let us know what level of engagement feels right for you. So that, and we're at the process of gathering those names and gathering that contact information. So we would be happy to add you to our list to keep talking to you as we move forward.